Hey, have you been waiting for that perfect market to make your move? You know, working to time the market? Or are you thinking you've already missed your chance? Well, if you've been thinking about right sizing to reflect your changing lifestyle, or you find yourself in a situation where suddenly due to a loss you have to make a move on your own for the first time, the 2025 Denver real estate market, though challenging, could offer you that window of opportunity that you've been waiting for. Or you might find that it could cost you a lot more than you think. Because if you're 50 and over, looking to simplify your life with a downsize or taking that step toward buying on your own, understanding these numbers is going to be key to making a smart move in 2025. Oh, I wish I'd gotten in sooner. I feel like I'm just too late. Honestly, I just can't afford it anymore. You know, if these are the thoughts running through your head like a herd of elk in Estes Park when you're thinking about buying a home today, then you'd be like a lot of people. You know, 2024 continued that multi-year path of uncertainty that we've been feeling, but persistent buyers continued to act, which pushed up home prices despite increased inventory, increased interest rates, and even a softening of home price appreciation. I'm going to share with you several housing stats in the South Metro Denver area that will highlight what I foresee home prices and the market doing throughout 2025. And I'll also cover what the experts are predicting and how 2025 might offer some relief through home buyer trends that you could take advantage of this year. This January, the Denver metro real estate market is showing some fascinating trends. Median sale price in December is $575,000, which is up 4.5% year over year from December of 2023. And while this is a wonderful relief from that double-digit appreciation we were seeing in 2020 and 2021, it's still a lot more positive than we expected or that even buyers had hoped for. Inventory or active listings are up 34%, which tells us just how many options buyers have currently. And this number translates into an increase of 9.5 weeks of available homes for sale, up 1.5 weeks from this time last year. Homes are spending an average of 41 days on the market, which is 11 more than this time last year. Now, as you review these numbers of more homes for sale compared to this time last year and longer days on the market, buyers seem to have the upper hand, which you would think would lead to lower home prices. But we see that that's not really happening. And that again is that even with the 9.5 weeks, we still have lower inventory than we have buyer demand, which means it's going to keep pressure on housing prices. And we've seen that by the increase of 12.8% year over year of homes sold. This really gives us insight into that buyer demand. Now, if you're a seller and you're doing the happy dance at this news, or you're a buyer and you're rolling your eyes at me and thinking, see, I told you so, I want you to know that even though this market looks like it borders on a seller's market, we're still seeing sellers not getting 100% of their list price. In fact, the number's closer to about 98.1%, which means they're also giving more concessions than we've seen in the past few years. And these concessions can take the form of something like a rate buy down for the buyer's mortgage interest rate, or fixing and repairing items in the home, or even a combination of both. Now, let's talk about what industry experts are forecasting for 2025, because, you know, that could really impact your decision. In a story from Housing Wire, Fannie Mae is predicting that mortgage rates will remain above 6% in 2025, and they're also calling for like bouts of volatility during the year, and they're also predicting that existing home sales are pretty much going to stay where they've been, which is pretty strong for here in Colorado. However, Realtor.com is ranking Denver as the 20th best real estate market in the country out of 100 markets for 2025, and they expect our home sales to increase by 13.6% and the median home prices to rise to 8% this year. I don't know about that. And that's because NAR's chief economist, Dr. Young, believes that national median home prices will only rise 2% in 2025. And he's predicting that existing home sales nationally will be between 7 to 12%. He also believes because of our record high national debt, he feels that mortgage rates, that new norm, will be right around 6%. And that's because with so much public debt, there's less money to purchase mortgage bonds, which will keep mortgage rates elevated. Well, I don't know about you, but this is why I take these predictions each year with a huge grain of salt. Now, I do think as more and more people get used to the fact that we will not see a 4 or 3% interest rate again, I expect to see more inventory come on the market, and as well as more buyers continuing to make a move of getting into home ownership, being a good real estate environment for both the buyers and the sellers. As far as home prices rising, that's always driven by supply and demand. It will depend on where you're looking. Especially, like if you're looking here in the South Denver metro area, some neighborhoods have more homes available for sale and others have less. As you look around for that home, for that next chapter, remember, depending upon the type of home, the location, and of course the amenities offered, there's quite a range of home prices to choose from. Say use these predictions as a guideline, but remember, every neighborhood, every area will be slightly different, and the best thing to do is just get with a trusted realtor or connect with us if you're local and find out what's going on in those areas that you want to move into. Now, for more information, grab yourself a cup of coffee and read our latest blog on the 2025 Real Estate Report. I put the link in the description to make it easy for you. Now, let's talk about the risk of waiting, because it could be costly in 2025. Currently, according to the Federal Reserve, the value of all homes owned by those living in them reached $48.2 trillion, with mortgage debt reaching $13.1 trillion, which means home ownership equity hit a record high in 2024 of $35.1 trillion, making home ownership equity the highest it's been since 1960. And for those hoping for a crash, well, let's flip that around and look at the risk as we enter 2025. In the third quarter of 2024, there were 30,000 fewer homes with negative equity than in 2023. That means that nationwide, there's 1.8% of all mortgaged homes that are upside down. Here in Colorado, it was only 1.6% of mortgaged homes had negative equity. Compare that to the 26% of mortgaged homes that were underwater in 2009. This means the strength of home ownership will only continue to grow. Currently, experts are predicting the potential for home prices to grow up to maybe 3.5% in 2025 and 27.16% in the next 5 years. On a $500,000 home, 5-year growth would equal $135,800. That wealth is kind of hard to beat when you consider a home buyer can get in for as little as 3%. Also, as I mentioned before, mortgage rates are expected to hover in the sixes, and some economists are predicting maybe a 6.3 by the end of the year of 2025. I would love to see rates go lower, but there's so many different economic indicators, and the Federal Reserve doesn't seem too quick to make a move, that I don't know if we're going to see something less in 2025. I believe sixes are here to stay for a while. And if you've been thinking about downsizing or right-sizing to better align with your lifestyle, or even buying solo for the first time due to divorce or loss of a spouse, delaying your decision could mean missing out on financial security and even personal freedom. Feel free to contact me regarding any questions you have for your situation. My information is down below. For those of you thinking of selling, here's how you can maximize your home's value this year. Focus on decluttering and staging for broad appeal, and then price your home strategically to stay competitive with current market trends in your area. I did a great video on decluttering if you need some help, so go ahead and check it out, and I'll put the link down below. For buyers, get your pre-approved now and try to lock in favorable rates before any further changes of volatility. Verify your must-haves versus your nice-haves, especially if you're downsizing or buying independently. You can check out last week's video where I talk about questions to ask yourself when you're thinking about making a move. Again, I've put the link down below for you. Being proactive could give you the upper hand in this evolving market. Hi, my name's Peggy Darstoff, a realtor with Live Denver Suburbs, powered by HomeSmart. The Denver market is changing quickly, and the smartest moves will happen when you're informed and you're prepared. So if you're thinking about downsizing or buying on your own, waiting could mean higher prices and possibly fewer options. To help you, I've created a free buyer's guide. Go ahead and download it. It's packed with insights and tips to help you make confident decisions as you start your moving journey in 2025. The link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it.